So remember a couple years ago when I said Nintendo, we need to have a talk? Well, I think it's Microsoft's turn. Microsoft, we need to talk. What's up, guys? Johnny Chase here. Welcome back to the club, where today I got a little bit of a rant that I need to kind of get off my chest. So Microsoft has had the Games with Gold service for roughly about 6-7 years right now. Initially started on the Xbox 360, where if you were a subscriber to Xbox Gold, you would not only be able to play multiplayer games, you also they gave you free games, mostly arcade titles, but sometimes they would also put a full release on-demand game for you on the service. Then of course when the Xbox One came out, they would give you 4 games, so 2 Xbox One titles and 2 360 titles. Then when the backwards compatibility started coming into play, they started doing more 360 titles and even original Xbox titles. And then the well started to dry. And I'll be honest with you, like the last year, maybe 2 years, the game selection has not been great. And I think I know why. I think it all has to do with the Xbox Game Pass service. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Game Pass. Absolutely loved it. First time sign up, and I'm even part of Ultimate, so I have PC Game Pass and I get all those benefits I get monthly. And that's a great service. But I think within doing Game Pass, they kind of neglected the games with gold. And I think that's kind of the polar opposite of what's going on with Sony. So Sony right now has like their own version of Game Pass, and looking at the titles, especially like the older titles from the PS3, PS2, and PS1, not a great selection in my opinion. Not worth the price jump to go to the Ultimate or Premier or whatever they call their service. But I will stand by that the PlayStation Plus monthly games that they provide are still some of the best, especially this month. So this month, what do you get with Sony? On the PlayStation side, you've got Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, you've got Fallout 76, and Axiom Verge 2. And right then and there, like, you're getting not only the PlayStation 4 version of Jedi Fallen Order, you're also getting the PS5 version of Jedi Fallen Order. Obviously, they're doing this to hype up the release of Jedi Survivor in March. Now, a lot of people are going to argue that, well, Fallout 76 and Jedi Fallen Order are part of Game Pass, right? I'm like, yeah, because, Microsoft owns Bethesda, and EA Play was kind of first to be on Xbox. But still, like, even if you go back to the previous months there, like, Sony just keeps knocking it out of the park with the free games they provide. And what does Xbox have right now? Colt Canyon and Bladed Fury. This is a far cry from what they provided before, and I'm going to show you guys. So right now I'm on trueachievements.com, and they have a comprehensive list of every game that was released under the Games with Gold service. I mean, through this list you can see before Ubisoft started porting the last few Assassin's Creed on games on Game Pass, every single Assassin's Creed game was pretty much provided with games for gold. Even like Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, like the 360 and Xbox One versions. Back to the Future, the Telltale games. Before EA Play became a thing, we received all the Battlefield games. Bayonetta's on here as well. And I'm just like, we haven't even got to the really, really good stuff. We've got, most of the Castlevania games were available through this service. We got a lot of Sega games like Crazy Taxi, all 3 Darksiders games. Like, you guys know Darksiders is one of my favorite series from the last generation. Go pick those up if you haven't already. A lot of the Dead Rising games. I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit here. We've had all the Lost Planets, a few of the Metal Gear Solid games. We've had the Metro games, Mirror's Edge. I will say though that you gave us a little too much of the MX games. Although I do think that they re-released the MX and ATV games quite a few times on this. Ubisoft even gave out a few of the Rayman games. Volition and THQ with the Saints Row series. I think every single Saints Row game was given out as a games with gold. So yeah, like for the last couple of years, the games with gold service I feel has been lacking, and you know what? I think it's time to, make this the old Yeller and take it out behind the barn and put 2 between it. Now, I'm not saying like completely kill it and do nothing else. Here's my suggestion to you, Microsoft. Eliminate the games with gold service and keep a few more games in the Game Pass service for a little bit longer. Maybe strike a deal with Rockstar so that every time they feel like throwing you a bone by throwing Red Dead 2 or GTA 5 on the service, you keep it on there for more than 2 months. Now, I'm not going to leave Sony off the hook either. Sony, you're doing great with giving us quality games for your monthly service with PlayStation Plus, but your Ultimate service still needs some work. You need to put some more classic titles on there. If you could just shut Jim Ryan up for a second and people want to play your older games again, let's get on this. So that's just my take on it. Hey, I could be wrong, but I mean, that's just my suggestion to Microsoft. Like, if you really don't care about the games with gold or putting, higher quality games on there, hey, I could be wrong, and a lot of the games they put on there are good quality, but I'm just saying that from my perspective, in my opinion, the games that they put on there don't appeal to the mass audience of the Xbox console. Like, you need to push out more stuff. Either that, or kill the service and put more focus into Game Pass. Well, what do you guys think? Am I being a little bit too needy? Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments down below. Until then, I'm Johnny Chase. I still don't have an outro, and I'm going to go back and play with Vampire Survivors because that's been my crack lately. And if you see a video pop up in the next little week with the same shirt and Vampire Survivors, you'll know why. We'll see you next time.